Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Today is Sunday. We want to get ready for next week. Next week is huge. Next week is a big week. Thursday is a monster reporting day, okay? Hey, if you're new to the page, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and notification. Never fall for spam in the comment section below. This is not my normal studio. And at the end of this video, I will be doing a very, very short inspiration. It's Inspirational Sunday. Let's get into it. I got a few points taken down here. Most of big tech companies have slowed in growth in 2022 and could rebound in 2023. The question is when. The question is really when, all right? Many of them have announced layoffs, big layoffs, and a lot of these big tech companies have, but one hasn't, and that's Apple. And that's because Apple was not aggressively over hiring as much as the others, right? So we got Monday, GE Healthcare, which is a play that I brought to the family, which we're doing well on the stock and the options. If you got a piece of that, leave me a comment. They will be reporting on Monday. Most of these reports come in after closing bell, so you check. But they will be reporting Monday. That's GE Healthcare, and so will SoFi. But what's happening is GE just became public, so I don't expect much. But it is a good long-term hold play for me. So I'm investing in it. I just bought some shares and I did an option play, which I'm still in and doing well in. I did some calls on it, right? Tuesday, we have AMD, GM, Snap, and ExxonMobil. Now, ExxonMobil is tricky because gas has just been kind of flat and has underperformed right now in a bear market, right? So that's gas. You guys all know what all's going on with gas. AMD is the one I'm keeping my eye on because I am going to be getting into AMD and buying a nice share of AMD, but all chips have, again, underperformed. Just Google what's happening with all chip companies. They've underperformed right now. So that's what's happening on Tuesday. Wednesday, we got Meta and Peloton. Peloton, I'm never touching. It's just not my play. Meta, as you guys know, I did a put on Meta and won like really, really big. It was one of my best option plays. Put means just think put down and call up. So put is if you think the stock is going down. Now, Meta has rebounded a lot. The question is, will Meta continue to rebound? And they will be reporting on Wednesday. You guys leave me a comment on what you think. I'm probably not going to do anything with Meta at this point. I'm going to be patient on Meta, right? So Thursday, we got Alphabet, which is Google. Thursday is the monster day. Keep this in mind. We got Alphabet, which is Google. We got Amazon, we got Apple, we got Ford, Starbucks, and Qualcomm all reporting on Thursday. But Google, which is Alphabet, Amazon, and Apple are three monster companies. And just remember, depending on the earnings and guidance, that will determine where the market is going to be moving into February, all right? And then on Friday, right behind that, we got the job reports. We got January jobs on Friday, right? But what happens before Thursday, big tech? The Fed will let us know what he's going to do with interest rate hikes. Like I said, 25 basis points are already baked in. So we're going to see what the Fed, if he mentions anything about his guidance, forward guidance, as far as interest rate hikes. So I know that this is really just really touchy times for a lot of people, and it's kind of hard to give you guys two messages. And what I mean is some people will look at a piece of videos that I put out and they're not fully getting the full story. And I know it can be confusing, but I've been consistent. And I just want to reiterate everything. What I'm saying is what I see. Remember, anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. You have to do your own due diligence. But I still see the same thing. In the short term, we had a bounce, a bear market bounce. And a lot of people think that we've hit the bottom. I don't think we hit the bottom. I have never said we've hit the bottom. Even with the video that I did on Friday, it's just showing some short-term good news, which causes the market to go up. Long term, we still have a lot of negative news that has the potential to be downward pushing on the market, right? We still have an inverted yield curve. And that is 100% of the times when we've had it, 100% of the times we've entered into a recession. And some of you are going to say, Larry, we're already in a recession. I agree, but a deeper recession, okay? And so we have to trade the market that we're in. So short term, we can make money, but just watch out long term, right? That's all I'm saying. So the expressways are clear now. Everything looks like it's a green light, right? And then you drive for 10 miles and next thing you know, you come to a screeching halt because there's bumper to bumper traffic down the road. So for those of you that are new, you have to understand that in a bear market bounce, it's good to do some trading. So let's say you got into a stock like, say, Tesla, and you're killing it. I want you guys that have gotten in and gotten into that bounce, which I did not, okay? Because I'm not trying to, I actually did with the call option that I did. So I made some good money really quick and got back out. But long term, I'm not trying to catch the bottom. If you're trying to catch the bottom, then you're going to be in trouble. You're just going to get burnt. Because if you time the bottom perfectly, then you're going to have to time the top perfectly. And no one, I don't care who you are or who you listen to, no one can time the bottom and no one can time the top. You have to make a plan that's best for you. But what I caution everyone still is to take all your cash and go in. Do not. I would not be doing that. And hey, you may cash all in and find a high stock and it goes to the moon from here on out. It's already bottomed out. That's up to you. But just being a wise trader is just not a good thing to do because you're going to lose way more than just trying to come up with a plan and being patient and just going that route. All right. So Apple, is kind of out. iPhone sales have been slow. And so we got to keep our eye on Apple. I'm going to trust the data. This market is going to be data driven. All right. Google looks like it could be pretty good. I may enter into an option play in Google and do a call and buy the rumor, sell the news, meaning be out before it runs up. And if it runs up before the earnings, then I'm already out. If it continues to skyrocket after the earnings, I don't care because I'm already out. I've made my money. This is a season where it's just, for me, safer to limit your risk. You may limit your earnings, but you're also going to limit your losses. And so that's why it's important to be careful. All right. So Google looks good. Meta Meta has been doing a comeback, a bounce, because it appears that it had bottomed out. The question is, will they have a good earnings and will they have good guidance? All right. And so those are some of the things that I want to say to you guys today. We have to keep an eye on earnings. What's going to be the market mover this week is Wednesday, Fed, and then Thursday, big tech. Those are going to be the two big movers, right? And then Friday's jobs. So it's going to be a very, very, very volatile week. Now, here's what I'm going to say about the market. I believe just like we saw Just like we stated earlier that January looked like it was going to be a positive. February could have some payback in it. That's not 100% because I said it. And what I mean by could have some payback in, it could cool off, because I really think the market in January went up too high, too quick. And then, I believe that we could see some payback in February. All right. That's what I think. I could be proven wrong. You have to do your own research. So in closing, I just want to tell you guys that there's a scripture that says, be anxious for nothing. Be anxious for nothing. And it says, but through prayer and supplication. But that's Philippians 4, 6, and 7. And so I'm always reminded of that scripture in a time like this when the market seems to be taking off. You got stock that are individual stock that are just skyrocketing, right? But when you take Lucid Motors, which went up almost 100%, that's not the rest of the market, and that's not reality, right? Be anxious for nothing. When you take Tesla, that defies gravity. Tesla is the stock. Tesla just has defied gravity. That's why I will never do a put on Tesla. I never will. I'll do a call like you guys saw me do a week ago, but I'll never do a put on Tesla. I don't care. Even if I'm almost sure I'm going to make money on it, it's just not a good idea, right? But what I'm saying is be anxious for nothing. If you zoom out, and it doesn't matter if you're looking at Tesla or Lucid and all of that. For those of you that think you missed the bottom, I want you to zoom out. Just zoom out. Zoom out 12 to 14 months. And you will clearly see that we've come down way more than a few stock have come up. And so that's why I say be anxious for nothing. If you limit the amount that you make and you do that more times, you're going to come out, you're going to make more money. But I'm still personally mostly cash. And I will be honest and forthcoming with you guys and let you know what I'm doing. But you are responsible for your own thing, your own decisions. And remember, I always suggest never to listen to one page. And so I know even on this video, you're going to say, yeah, but I missed this and I missed that. I missed this. How do you know? This is January. How do you know? What happens if it turns around and comes back down, right? Be anxious for nothing. Then you'll come back and go, I should have listened to you. I've had that ever since I've been doing this YouTube thing. It's just that you have to make a decision. My decision for 2023 is I'm buying valuations in a bear market that could potentially be heading towards a deeper recession. I just want you guys to fully understand. Short term, we had some positive things. The market reacted positively. Long term, there's data left to come out that I'm simply going to wait and see. And I'm personally not trying to time the bottom, but I'm just want to get in at a point where I believe that it's minimizing my risk. Leave me a comment if you fully understand what I'm saying to you. And we're going to continue to make money. Okay, good people. Hey, live, love, laugh, learn, and earn. Hope your team wins today. Okay, peace.